So hi y'all, today I'm going to be teaching you something which is super exciting, which is how to create an Arabic eye using just 5 easy steps. So let's start off. We're going to start with the Plum All Day Kohl Kajal, and this is the best kohl pencil, I kid you not. It blends really well when you're smudging it in the initial few seconds and then it dries to a complete matte finish. And because it's sharpenable, you can get it like into a very sharp liner, and you can also use it for drawing much more thinner lines like a wing liner. So I think this is like a perfect one to have, and this works really well even for a smoky eye, and then it settles completely and it's fully smudge proof. So we're just going to go and tight line our lower waterline and as well as the upper waterline, and make sure that it's all well connected, because you're going to create that very sultry Arabic eye look. So make sure that you're giving it a good amount of color along the waterline as well as the lower lash line. So make sure that you get into all the gaps along the lower lash line and you get the kohl pencil completely in. That way there is no bits of skin which is showing through, and the kohl pencil has a very gel-like consistency. So it does glide really well and it does really end up giving you good intensity and good pigmentation too. I think this is like the best thing about the kohl pencil. Now we're just going to go ahead and start smudging out the edges. Now let's extend that slightly along the lower lash line in the same shape and pull it out into a wing. This is going to be the extension for the Arabic eye look. So make sure you're creating a line over there. Give it a good length depending on the eye size and connect it towards around 2/3 of the eye. Now we're just going to continue smudging out the upper edges of the wing too. This is going to give you that very smoky liner. There should not be any harsh lines, so just give it a good blend until that. So now we're going to use the xxrevolution Expectation eyeshadow palette, and this range of eyeshadow palettes are the best and they come at a very good price point. The packaging has this kind of a velvet layer upon it, and it has beautiful neutral pinky mauvey kind of shades. I love the color family in this palette, and they've got some amazing shimmers which give you that extremely pearlescent kind of a shine. So we're just going to pick up the black eyeshadow on a pencil brush and start going along the kohl pencil. What this does is makes it a little more intense. Now we're also going to apply a little bit of the eyeshadow towards the inner crease of the eye. So this is slightly at the inner corner and the inner crease. Make it all look kind of tilted and pulled out. You want to create that effect where it's coming outwards. So don't increase the height a lot, but give it a good amount of length. Now moving on to step 3, we're going to pick up a plum eyeshadow and start blending about the areas wherever we have smudged. So we're slowly starting to increase the smokiness of it and trying to give it a good gradient blend. So slightly apply it on the areas which is above the black which we smudged in the previous step, and slowly start to pull it out as per the length which you want. Avoid crossing the end of the eyebrows if you want to keep the look a little more natural. We're going to do the same thing towards the inner area too and start buffing the colors out. Make sure that you work the color really neatly and slowly, and you don't get that towards the areas of the nose, as that's going to look like a dark circle. We're going to repeat the same step along the lower lash line with the same maroon eyeshadow and start smudging out and blending out the edges of the black kohl pencil from the previous step. So moving on to step number 4, we're going to pick up a pink eyeshadow and start blending out the edges of the maroon, and this is like a transition eyeshadow for my skin tone. The colors in this palette are extremely pigmented. I think it has a good range and distribution of mattes versus shimmers. The colors are not chalky and they're very pigmented, and it does not look ashy at all. Even though some of the tones are a little more on the neutral side, it works out really well. Now we're going to pick up a shimmer which is a berry toned shimmer, and we're going to start applying that also in a pulled out shape. Remember that this should not go very high towards the crease, but you want to create those slanted lines in the same shape as your wing as you apply your shimmer. Apply it on the outer side and the inner side, and then we're going to go in with a lighter shimmer. This is one of the pearlescent light pink shimmers. We're going to apply this towards the center bullet of the eye and make sure even this is also tilted. So what this does is that it gives you an eye lift, and it also gives you a very pulled out effect. I think this technique is a great one for people who have hooded eyes and they also have very less lid space. Now next up, we're going to finish up the look with some mascara. We're going to use the Sugar Pop mascara and we're going to go upon the upper as well as the lower lashes. Go for around 2 coats. Make sure that there are no gaps which are seen and you coat every single lash really well. That way the lash does not really show up after you wear your false lashes. We're going to take up the Calialis lashes and we're going to use the same glue. You know how much I love the Calialis lash glue. I think they make beautiful ones. This one is that foxy style, so it's shorter towards the inner corner and it's pulled out towards the outer corner. This will also give you that lift and it also intensifies your Arabic eyes. So we're going to place up the false lashes and these are super comfortable pair of lashes. Definitely worth a try. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial and this is just how you can create a simple Arabic eye using just 5 easy steps. So all the product names and links will be given down in the description bar below and I will highly recommend that you try out the palette, the kajal as well as the lashes. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and stay tuned for more. Until next time, bye.